What is going on, everybody? Paul here, coming at you with some information. Today we're going to be stepping outside of the world of crypto and taking a look at some information that, in my opinion, can really empower individuals to make more critical decisions in their own life. Even though the scale and scope of the information we're going to be looking at here today is a little large, it helps to inform things that are coming down the road that may otherwise be very surprising and catch us off guard, and that in turn allows us to prepare accordingly. So just as a disclaimer, none of this is financial advice, none of this is legal advice. I am not your lawyer, I am not a financial advisor. If you want financial or legal advice, seek out the respective professionals. I'm just a guy on the internet. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. Deutsche Bank is just doing horrible. They're on their last legs. Reports of disastrous results as it retreats from U.S. banking entirely. So they're leaving U.S. investment banking. It's Germany's biggest bank, and its new CEO, Christian Soing, reported that they've missed across the board. Sales and trading crashed 17%, compared with an average 10% rise in the U.S. bank. So the U.S. banks are, they're going up by clips of 10%, looking good. Deutsche Bank collapses by 17%. That's so bad. This also resulted in a 74% collapse in pre-tax income for the corporate investment bank. Whew, let me make this personal. Let's say you're taking home $100,000 this year. You're stoked. That's what you expect to bring home to the family. And all of a sudden, because of some bad things that happened, you're told you're taking home $26,000. Ouch. So summing it up, they missed expectations so badly by almost a third, resulting in a paltry $120 million in after-tax profits. That's an almost 80% plunge year over year. So last year they had upwards of $800 million, $900 million. Now they have $120 million. Ouch. Not looking good at all. They cannot go on like this. And I don't say that as, it could end badly. It really can't go on like this at all. Deutsche Bank spent more than $17 billion paying fines and setting up litigation since the start of 2008. Now, this is a bank that's been caught rigging silver prices, rigging gold prices, rigging ETFs across the board. I'll link those below in the description, but we'll have to look at that in another video. But it is a notorious market manipulating entity, and the purge is already beginning. Here at Zero Hedge again, Deutsche Bank fired 400 U.S. bankers just 2 days ago. So things are starting to cascade in a very rough motion. Keep in mind, Bank of America also recently reported the last time we saw a spread of returns like this in things like commodities, and things like the dollar, and things like oil, it's looking similar to 2007. So just take that with a grain of salt, do your own research on that, but things are starting to stack up like 2007 all over again. This is one of my favorite individuals, the Money GPS. This guy is just absolutely wonderful. He just covers everything. He's the guy who originally told me about Deutsche Bank many moons ago, not in February. I've been studying it for 2 years now on this guy's recommendation, and yeah, February 19, 2018, he's covered similar information. Go check him out, The Money GPS. He has great books as well. A fantastic individual. And I decided, let me go check out his sources. He has all the know-how, and man, what I found just floored me. Even back in 2016, Deutsche Bank, some things you should know. Before we go on, sorry if you can hear a little noise in the background. I live near a kind of industrial area. They've started to build some stuff around here. We got some landscapers working out there as well, getting everything prepared. So it is what it is. It's just part of living on Earth with all these other beautiful human beings, and they're just doing what they're doing. So let's go ahead and continue on taking a look at things you should know about Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank is too interconnected to fail. Literally, not too big to fail as in like, oh, they can't fail. It's like literally if they fail, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be insane. Here's the interconnectedness between Deutsche Bank and other institutions. It's really difficult. Got to blow it up here. But you can see the green are all these Asian banks. You have China Construction Bank, Bank of China, the ICBC, Mizuho. Anyway, you have all the North American banks, Bank of New York, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Citigroup. And here you have all the Euro banks. You have SocGen, BNP, Unicredit, Norda, ING Bank, Barclays, Yeah, so they're connected. They all own shares of one another. And so think of it like this. If Deutsche Bank suddenly goes under and they have to liquidate all these shares, it's going to drive the price down. Now, how do you know how much, for instance, Wells Fargo is worth as a bank? Well, based on the shares it owns. So if it starts seeing share prices collapse, that means what Wells Fargo is worth ultimately goes down. Well, what if Wells Fargo is owned in part by Barclays? That means Barclays goes down too. So you're starting to see how this is all interconnected, perhaps. One bank owns shares of another and vice versa, to where if one goes down, it's going to pull the whole web of banks with them until eventually the entire system is in a free fall. And of course, you got to take it from the horse's mouth. This is Deutsche Bank themselves over at db.com. We went ahead and took a look at their quarterly results. They have them all the way back until 2007, which is when they started reporting. Wonder why they started reporting in 2007. Strange. Anyway, what we have here is the Q4 results. This is from the 2nd of February. And yeah, already things aren't looking too good. Deutsche Bank reports a pre-tax profit of 1.3 billion euros and a net loss. They're losing $500 million for 2017. So the entire year of 2017, 10 years after the financial crisis, we got a bank that's losing $500 million just to keep operations going. Yikes. So yeah, this is a 7-page report. It's definitely worth checking out. And next up, we have their most recent report, the one that the Zero Hedge article was talking about, 26th of April. Deutsche Bank reports a net income of only 120 million euros for the first quarter of 2018. Yikes. Things are not looking too good. He says, we're on a good track, both in these asset management business and in our private commercial bank, although we need to substantially improve in both. Like, yeah, no kidding, dude. That's not looking too good. There's no time to lose as the current returns to our shareholders are not acceptable. They're not acceptable at all. 120 million from the largest bank in Germany is pathetic, and it is not looking good for Deutsche Bank, folks. So it's something to keep an eye on. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. This is just stuff for you to take with a grain of salt. Do your own research. It's stuff to empower you to not be blindsided by things going forward. And like I said, go check out the Money GPS. This guy covers this kind of content all the time. I just thought this was relevant to share with you guys. Let me know what you think of this content below in the comments. All the links below in the description. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on Discord where we talk about stuff like this and all kinds of crypto related topics every single day. My name is Paul. Talk to y'all next time.